Hello again YouTube, this is Irish Tanker Scrub, and for once it hasn't been a while since my last upload, because I'm uploading this one right on the back of my other Cruiser 2 video. Starting off in typical World of Tanks fashion with somebody spamming the obvious locations in the map that everyone should obviously go to, as though we don't know. Including spamming the base, because that's not indicated on the map, you know. Even though it is. Encounter mode, Malinovka. They've done a lot to try to make this map less campy than it was, and it is less campy than it was, but that doesn't mean it's not still very campy. This match is going to progress a lot like every match on Malinovka progresses. We're going to push the top of the hill, and then enemy TDs are going to camp the forest on the other side, and there's going to be no progress for ages. You'll see it when it happens. Panzer 1C making a scouting run, and he's going to get deleted quite quickly. There he goes. My pet noob, Tom, even puts a shot in, and when you've only got a couple of hundred games under your belt, even getting a shot in is something of an achievement. So I'm just going to keep crawling my way up to the top of the hill in the admittedly slow Cruiser 2. Got tank destroyers making kills, and all that lovely Malinovka stuff. There's an enemy T1 heavy at the top of the hill already, and he gets deleted by our gorilla. Good stuff. And I mean deleted, that guy was on full health, and gone. So we're just going to keep pushing up around the hill to start the camp off. Slowly crawling my way forwards. Little nod to Tom there, who is parking ours towards the enemies for noob reasons. He wants to know if the damage he did was good, and I'm trying to be encouraging. Because this game can be quite discouraging, especially at low tiers when you've got tanks like mine driving around just deleting you in one hit and laughing about it. You can sort of start to wonder if there's any point in progressing the game at all. There's lots of nice artillery explosions going on, and we've reached the best part of a Malinovka game, where we have achieved the top of the hill, and now we have to come back down. So I'm just taking random shots into the forest in the hopes that I hit something. There's an enemy AT-2. Look at the way the shells arc on this thing, it's quite interesting. They very much fly up and over, and that landed on top of his tank. That did not hit the front, that landed on the top. Watch. It's very much a high arc, like an artillery piece. This is definitely a howitzer. This thing is a small direct fire artillery. It is not a light tank. And things are going quite well, and you'll actually see that we're on top score-wise for a while, but there's some members of our team are intent on camping really hard instead of pushing things, and that's going to come back to bite us on the ass. I'm doing no damage to the AT-2, so I'm going to switch fire as soon as I'm reloaded to this KV-1S, who's parked nice side on to me. Thank you very much for that. I'll do 100 damage to you and blow your tracks off. He gets them back up and he starts moving, but he doesn't stay in cover, he drives straight past cover. And I managed to track him, keep him in place. This time he doesn't have his repair kit anymore, and he can't see me through multiple layers of cover, so take another pot shot at him. Marder 2 hits me, so I just shift a little bit to get out of the way. Jostle him back and forward because there's multiple enemies with lines of fire on me. So the IKV-103 takes an artillery hit. Tom has been knocked out. And there's another high shot over the ridge into the top of the IKV. And now we can't see anything. This is why Malinovka is so great, so I'm just going to take some blind shots in the hope that I manage to hit something. There's nothing I can do until I can get sight on something. I've got crap vision and crap mobility. I am not going to be going scouting in this thing, so I'm going to wait for somebody else to put something up on my radar. The usual waiting game, artillery are firing blind because they're just as impatient as we are. Takes me a little bit to notice that there's a couple of TDs over on the to the west of me there that I could probably have been taking shots at. Bit of a noob moment there, but I'll make up for it later, I promise. And there's another IKV. Nice high arcing shot straight over the cover and into him. And we've got a Stoke 3G who can't see me for once. I can see him. And off go his tracks. And waiting on the reload again. Shot and move. Doesn't hit him. Gonna start pushing up. And Tom is asking if my tank is better than his. And, I mean, the real answer is yeah. I'm just stopping to take a second to reply to him because I don't have shots at anything, so I may as well. And there goes the Stug. Gonna push forward, try to support the T1 heavy. But he gets taken out by the Stug with what looked like a high explosive round, so I'm guessing the Stug is using the jerk gun. And all of a sudden, I am basically alone on this flank. You might think that I have that tier 4 Swedish medium tank, the Lago, with me, but he's gonna be a little bitch, and so is everybody else. They're all gonna hang out back there. And I've decided I'm gonna go see if I can find the M41 HMC somewhere down in this forest. Oh, and there's a Stug. Gonna roll up over the hill and take aim. Zoom in a bit further and wait for the extremely long aim time. Take the shot even though I can't see him. Back up and start looking for the M41 again. Still, I am the only one who's pushing this flank. I am a tier 3 tank in a tier 5 game with only tier 5 enemies left. I don't know whether this is ballsy or stupid or a little bit of both. And this KV-1S manages to evade quite a few of my shots here. I do like the new noise that they've put in for when you auto-target at something. It sounds pretty cool. It makes auto-targeting sound a lot cooler than it actually is. I'm trying to feather a shot onto the KV-1S again, and then he drops off my radar. I'm like, crap. I'm very much stuck here, and while I'm nice and safe behind all of these trees and bushes, I'm not looking forward to the idea of pushing out from them. But someone has to, because nobody else wants to actually go spot anything or shoot anything, or they all just want to camp out. That Lago hasn't moved since I last pointed out that he was not going to support me. So fuck it, I'm gonna push in. I'm gonna go do what the higher tier tanks should be doing here. I'm gonna move in. I don't manage to get a shot on the KV-1S, but I have spotted him. And in typical Malinovka fashion, he gets deleted by our Grilla. Grilla did a good job, can't fault him for sitting around base. He's artillery, that's his job. Push in more, and there's the remaining Stug. And I don't know if somebody else hit him or if my blind shot hit him earlier, but he's damaged. I'm gonna see if I can get this really thin shot here, but he backs up and makes it easy on me, so I delete him as well. And there's the M41 HMC, and we're gonna have a little game of chasey, catchy, kissy around this building here. Tom telling me, behind you! Pop out. High explosive round into the side of him. Wipe him out. End the game. And that one was another ace tanker, because most of what I was shooting was high tier stuff. So it just goes to show that you can seal club excellently in this thing, but if you play your cards right, you can also kick the ever-loving shit out of a bunch of higher tier tanks in it as well. Right, that's it for my double upload for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, don't drive your tier 10 heavy tanks out in front of all the enemy guns at the start of the game and get yourselves killed. Bye for now.